Welcome back to the Make a Baby podcast. I'm Carolina Sotomayor, your podcast host and Reiki womb healer. Today is episode 102, the silent killer that's blocking your fertility. This is a really important topic to talk about because it is often the last thing that people look at, but it is the reason why people come and they ask for my services. But before we dive in, I want to go ahead and celebrate our first winner. As I had promised, every episode here on the Make a Baby podcast in the month of October 2023, we are giving away 1 month free to one lucky winner who leaves us a rating and review. We just received a rating yesterday from Jessica. She wrote, "I love all of your episodes. She helped me conceive my baby 20 weeks now." Thank you, Jessica, for the 5-star review. We appreciate you so much. Go ahead and DM us on IG at the Carolina Sotomayor, or email us here at the show, and we'll make sure that you get your first free month inside the Make a Baby membership. We're so honored for your review and your support of the show. So let's dive in, friend. So the first thing is, what exactly is the silent killer that's blocking your fertility? And that is a blocked sacral plexus chakra, 100%. It is the most overlooked aspect of fertility. And with that, it's super important to remember that fertility is just not physical. It's mind, body, spirit. It's a whole person that we are looking at when you're trying to conceive. So the first mistake is that many individuals that are struggling with infertility neglect the importance of their emotions, their energy, but particularly their sacral plexus chakra. A lot of people don't even know what a chakra is, but the things that are important to that chakra are creativity, sexuality, sensuality, emotional security, emotional safety. Our reproductive organs are there. Our reproductive health is there. Our portal to who we are, our portal to create things in our life, all come from our womb, which is the sacral plexus chakra. So there's a lack of attention, there's a lack of awareness to even what a chakra is in that center and what it's responsible for. And emotions are the biggest thing that chakra is responsible for besides reproductive health. And it's really just a tendency of like, why isn't my uterus working? Why don't I have my period? Why isn't my period the appropriate length of time? So most of the time when we're trying to conceive, we instantly go to physical, but we don't look to see what is the emotional connection to the physical ailment that we're suffering from. So with this, our tendency is to immediately look at diet, exercise, medical treatments, physical reasons why something is not working in our fertility. And so what is the root cause behind the sacral chakra? What is the root cause behind this sacral plexus chakra blockage and neglect? It's based upon a lot of our belief system and our cultural factors that are contributing to this oversight. It's because with societal pressures and stress, there's a disconnection from one's body. Our minds are not connected to our bodies innately in American culture. We're taught at a very young age that our emotions are separate, and they're really not. They should be treated as whole. We're not taught to locate our emotions in our body as we are feeling them, so we can easily release them as they come up in real time. A lot of our childhood beliefs and upbringing can affect how we perceive our emotions and how we perceive fertility. So a lot of us are taught to, depending on what generation you're from, are taught to shut up and stuff it. This teaches our inner child in our subconscious mind, and we get ingrained to believe the quieter that we are, the less conflict there will be. And to do that, we shut off our emotions, or we teach ourselves to stop feeling the emotions almost immediately. So that emotional wavelength that we need to hold that emotion for like the full 90 seconds, because that's really all an emotion comes up. we can release it or keep it after that 90 seconds. If we are not fooling it, if we're not fully feeling it, then we have no choice but to stuff it. And if you stuff your emotions, they get trapped in your physical tissues, and that manifests into diseases and illness. So that is the emotional connection to the emotional causes behind infertility. So if we don't feel all of our emotions and we don't make the conscious choice to handle them as they come up, they can get stuck. And that comes from childhood. So this affects our fertility because we're not feeling our emotions and we're not feeling safe to feel our emotions. Then our sacral plexus chakra will get blocked. The cost that of ignoring the sacral plexus chakra and ignoring our emotions is that the struggles of infertility are going to persist. The emotional distress and relationship strain that can come from having a lot of trapped, unhealed emotions that can cause to a lot of triggers. So it's like almost living life with an open wound and can cause us to fumble and have a lot more disconnection from our soul, our bodies, and live in a lack of alignment, which is going to cause us to have decreased levels of happiness and joy. So with this emotional sacral plexus chakra connection to your fertility goes rather deep. And we're not taught this innately to look at this, especially in Western culture. So what is the new way to unblock this chakra? We can balance and unblock the sacral plexus chakra with Reiki. We can start with looking at our relationships. We can start looking at to see, who do we feel emotionally safe with? Do we feel emotionally safe with ourselves? Are we creating emotionally safe situations in partnerships, in our friendships, in our marriages, in our partnerships, in our home, so that we can share our emotions, we can set ourselves up for success, also so that we can break this generational pattern. And once your sacral plexus chakra is balanced, you're going to start to feel more at home in your body. You're going to start to feel more aligned. You're going to start to feel more like yourself, or discover who you are as a aligned person, because maybe you've never felt that way before. When I was trying to conceive, my sacral plexus chakra was blocked because I didn't feel safe in the world, because I was grieving the loss of my dad. And when I finally did get Reiki, I ended up testing positive the next month with our son, Ollie, who is now almost 7. So with the sacral plexus chakra, it's important to know that all the emotions don't even have to be healed at once. Like, that's not even possible. But you just need to have it open, and Reiki will bring all of those negative emotions to the surface. Reiki is a high frequency energy healing modality. So what happens is you have 5 layers of your aura, and it's going to go through all of those layers of your aura, and it's going to penetrate all the way down to your cellular level in your physical body. Anything that is a lower vibration than Reiki is going to be pushed to the surface. During that Reiki session, you might feel emotional, you might fall asleep, and what's going to happen is the higher frequency of Reiki is going to push out the lower frequency of the trapped emotions that you may have not dealt with in the past. Therefore, Reiki is going to allow you to heal on the mind, body, physical body, like on all levels. So it's just not like talk therapy is just your mind, but it doesn't remove it from your physical tissues. And that's what you need when you are addressing infertility. You need to make it be removed from a physical tissue, because you're probably already doing the diet, or already probably doing the exercise, you're probably already doing all the medical treatments. But the emotional side is the most common reason why people come and see me, is because Western medicine has done all that they could for them, but they're like, I'm still not getting pregnant. Why Reiki works for healing your sacral plexus chakra is because it's a holistic approach. There's nothing that's being left behind. You're healing and reducing the stress. We're healing your reproductive health, your physical organs. We're healing and enhancing your emotional well-being. We are removing the lower vibration emotions that are stuck in your tissue. We're helping you get grounded. We're helping you live more aligned. We're helping all of that come at once. This is not a layered approach. This is a very easy, strategic way to heal. And with that, it's super important to understand that raising your frequency doesn't necessarily have to be hard. With Reiki, it can help you move closer to your baby that much faster. One of my favorite stories, I'm going to call this person Mary, but she is one of the women that we've helped conceive. We have now over 90 Reiki babies. We're also talking about not just things that happen in your childhood, but things that can also be happening in your fertility journey. So with Mary, she had an ectopic pregnancy and she had a failed IVF round prior to that, and she needed a break. She's like, I'm burnt out, I'm exhausted, I feel like a shell of a person. I am no longer joyful. I need life to be poured back into me. So we spent over a year working together to prepare her womb and her body for when she was going to be ready again. And that looked like connecting with her husband again, connecting with herself again, finding sources of joy. She didn't even know what she liked and didn't like anymore because fertility had sucked everything out of her. The IVF, the loss, they talked about pregnancy. She had lost a tube and she had to have emergency surgery, a very traumatic event. We had to go back and heal those events, and we had to identify what emotions was coming up for her when she did remember the visit to the hospital room and the emergency room when she was in so much pain and nobody knew what was happening to her. And she had this ectopic pregnancy inside of her that was happening. So we had to use Reiki, gather all the negative emotions that she had related to the event. And we did what was called a womb clearing and then a womb blessing. And we removed those emotions. It doesn't mean that the event didn't happen. It doesn't mean that we don't remember what happened. The thing is, we just neutralized her trigger to that event so that she can feel whole. So she can be like, yes, I did have this that happened to me. But she's not breaking down crying doing it. She feels like, yes, this happened to me. It's part of my story. It doesn't define me, but I'm ready now to conceive. So when she was ready, she had one last embryo and she went on to do IVF and she got pregnant. We are so blessed inside the Make a Baby membership to support her through her pregnancy, all the way through birth. And the most fantastic thing that I love about serving women the whole way through, all the way to postpartum, is that I get to connect them to their babies and we get to know their babies while they're growing inside of them. We get to see their chakras. What are their super chakras? Like, what are their superpowers? What are they going to be really great at? And I love the validations moms get. I love it too. When the babies, when they're born, how they are exactly when they were receiving Reiki, the moms get visions. We do meditations together and baby presents themselves as they are going to be earthside. And a lot of their personality traits, a lot of their laughs, a lot of their giggles, a lot of the attributes that they will have talents for. This particular baby was going to be, he had said before he was even conceived, how great of a communicator he was. Every time we would pull cards, we gather all the negative emotions that she had related to the event. And we did what was called a womb clearing and then a womb blessing. And we removed those emotions. It doesn't mean that the event didn't happen. It doesn't mean that we don't remember what happened. The thing is, we just neutralized her trigger to that event so that she can feel whole. So she can be like, yes, I did have this that happened to me. But she's not breaking down crying doing it. She feels like, yes, this happened to me. It's part of my story. It doesn't define me, but I'm ready now to conceive. So when she was ready, she had one last embryo and she went on to do IVF and she got pregnant. We are so blessed inside the Make a Baby membership to support her through her pregnancy, all the way through birth. And the most fantastic thing that I love about serving women the whole way through, all the way to postpartum, is that I get to connect them to their babies, and we get to know their babies while they're growing inside of them. We get to see their chakras. What are their super chakras? Like, what are their superpowers? What are they going to be really great at? And I love the validations moms get. I love it too. When the babies, when they're born, how they are exactly when they were receiving Reiki, the moms get visions. We do meditations together, and baby presents themselves as they are going to be Earthside. And a lot of their personality traits, a lot of their laughs, a lot of their giggles, a lot of the attributes that they will have talents for. This particular baby was going to be, he had said before he was even conceived, how great of a communicator he was. Every time we would pull cards, we would pull Mercury, which is the god of communication, and how he was going to change how this family communicated. He was going to change how they communicated in their immediate family and the family beyond. And this baby has done exactly like that. Is exactly the same inside her womb and out. And he's approaching 1 year. And we're so excited for him. We love him very, very much. So, well, friends, this has been fantastic. I hope you know, if you're listening and you're trying to conceive, let's chat. Let's talk about your womb. Let's talk about what's blocking your fertility with your sacral plexus chakra. So I want you to go to the show notes. And I want you to go, the very first line in the show notes is going to be a link. And in that link, it's called SpeakPipe. And if you click on that link, you're going to be able to leave me a voicemail, and up to 90 seconds. And I want to know what you think of this podcast. I want you specifically to tell me what you feel is blocking your womb, or what you feel like you need to heal in order to unblock your womb. And also, if you have a topic you would like me to cover in an upcoming episode, let me know, and I'll give you a shout out here in the podcast, or not. You can do it anonymously. You have to put in an email. But this is the latest and greatest way for me to hear your voice here on the podcast. And that's going to be at the top of every show notes going forward. I'm super excited to use SpeakPipe. And also, if you're wanting more community and you're wanting to be part of our Reiki Babies Vortex, this is our Healing Your Womb movement. This is a free community we have over on Facebook. I go live every Monday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, answering your questions, going over specific topics. You can connect with women who are wanting to get pregnant, who are pregnant and are wanting to heal. Such a special group of women. It's super engaging, and I'm super excited to have launched that this year. And I'm just loving watching the conversations and seeing the community grow. So coming up next week on the show, we're talking about why it's important to know how to stop anxiety in pregnancy and fast. We have quite a few number of women who have conceived inside the Make a Baby membership. And so we're going to start introducing pregnant topics and pregnancy content into the podcast more regularly. So every Tuesday and Friday, we'll be releasing episodes. So those will be themed. So this week was fertility. Next week, we're going to be doing pregnancy, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to show you exactly the best hack that will immediately stop your anxiety, especially if you're pregnant. So it's okay for you to stop listening to your boomer coworker and her old wives' tale, and we can dive into something more modern and something easier and something that's free, such as Reiki. So go share this show with your friends who are trying to conceive, who are currently pregnant, and let them know what's coming up next week. Share them. I appreciate it. This is the fastest way for us to grow the podcast, is to text an episode or share our episode or a podcast with another friend. Invite them to tune in with you and learn how to heal with Reiki. Until then, let the Reiki flow. Frustrated being told you are fine by your doctor, exhausted from negative pregnancy tests every month, wanting a deeper connection on your fertility journey with your spirit baby? The Make a Baby membership is exactly what you need. Using Reiki will help you connect to your spirit baby, heal the trapped emotions blocking infertility, and support you in our life-changing community. With over 90 Reiki babies, we invite you to try the Make a Baby membership for free. Check it out in the show notes. Let's get you pregnant.